And welcome to the David Tomsic Show, fighting tyranny one day at a time. It's February 5th, 2025. Boy, do I have some news for you today. It's crazy talk. And once again, you can't make this stuff up. Now, Donald Trump decided to announce with his good friend Benjamin Netanyahu, who technically is a war criminal, that he was going to take over Gaza in the Middle East. President Donald Trump, proposing a major shift in Middle East policy, called for the U.S. to take over the Gaza Strip and relocate roughly 2 million Palestinians to neighboring Arab countries. Those Arab countries are Jordan and Egypt, and I'm sure this is the first time they've heard this. His goal, he said, is to turn the war-ravaged enclave into the Riviera of the Middle East. You can't make this stuff up. Now, first of all, no one in the Middle East agreed with this. Right off the bat, Saudi Arabia, who he said was behind them, said, no, we're for the two-state solution. I'm sure Jordan and Egypt are going, wait a minute, we don't want 2 million refugees. Russia and China, who are part of the UN Security Council, rejected it. So this would be, if he invaded Gaza, breaking international law, which we do all the time here in America. You see, Donald Trump and his friends who voted for him don't think that's a problem. You see, everybody's out to get us. That's what they tell you. They're all treating us with disrespect. And yet this is what we do. First it was Canada. Then it was Mexico and Panama and Greenland. Now it's Gaza. This president of peace wants to take over everything. Wants to build his war chest and says he's so great, the great conqueror, the great white conqueror. Well, he wants to turn the Gaza Strip into the Riviera of the Middle East. His son made a statement about 6 months ago that would make a great place for high-end rich homes. Okay? So I think you see where this is going. Like his dad, he's thinking of development, making money, putting money in his pocket. So he's going to get rid of people, take their homes, tear them down, send them somewhere else, take the land, and build beautiful billion-dollar homes on them. How's that? This guy is a piece of crap, and so is his whole family. I digress. Okay, so while he's doing this, friends, while he's doing this, here at home, everything else is falling apart. See, Donald Trump and one other news source I listen to uses this. He's a weapon of mass distraction. There, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. He got his ass kicked with his 25% on Canada and Mexico. That's right, he did. Oh, they caved in. No, they gave him what they were already going to do. Do you see what I'm saying here? Canada already was going to guard the border, already started putting more checkpoints at the border. They also decided, we'll give you another bone, Donald. We'll create a border czar. Useless title, right? Mexico, we'll put 10,000 troops on the border. They already agreed to put 15,000 troops on the border under Biden. So we're going to get 5,000 less. Good negotiation, Donald. You're the man. These countries have united against Donald Trump. Even after this debacle with the tariffs, now Canada's working more with European partners to bypass American products. Mexico's doing the same. We are isolating ourselves. Donald Trump is going to isolate us from the rest of the world. And those people out there that think that's a good idea, he has to. They don't like us. They don't respect us. We buy and pay for everything they do. You're full of crap. You don't have a clue how the government works. You don't have a clue how geopolitical issues are solved around this world. U.S. aid, for instance, is a way to get many of these countries to stay on board so that you don't have to use military power. But now, when we're not sending aid, who are they going to go to? Oh, yeah, China, Russia, the BRICS nations. There's no reason for them to stay with the United States anymore. There's no threat of us cutting off aid because we already did. I digress. Okay, so what's really going on here? While Donald Trump is distracting us with foreign affairs and all the idiot things he's doing there, in our own country, things are collapsing around us. Elon Musk has decided to go into government buildings with his merry band of brown shirts and start tossing people out and firing people. He's decided that he has the authority to just get rid of everybody in the government he doesn't think is doing their job. Of course, he has no idea if they're doing their job. He doesn't know them. He hasn't interviewed anybody. He's done no research. He's just going to go in and get rid of them. You're useless. Well, you know who's useless, Elon? You are. But I digress. And of course, he's entered the U.S. Treasury with his 20-year-old idiots that are now in charge of who's getting paid. Your personal data and your personal information. Does anybody care? He's not going to do anything mean to us. We're on his side. That's what people thought with Mao Zedong in China, with Stalin in Russia, and with Adolf Hitler in Germany. They all thought the same thing. They're not after us. They're after everybody else we don't like. We don't like them, so we're okay. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's making deals with people like the president of El Salvador. Great place, right? He wants to send deportees there, basically of any nationality, even American citizens and legal residents. He wants him to hold them if they're a criminal. Of course, what happens in El Salvador prisons? We don't care, right? Whether they kill them or torture them, they're not here anymore. We didn't want them. That's the Christian thing to do, all you right-wing nutbag Christians that follow this guy. He also wants to terminate an immigration program that protects thousands of Venezuelan migrants. Homeland Security Chief Kristen Noem, she's a real winner, revoked one of two temporary protection status designations, which previously determined was too dangerous to allow Venezuelans to return home. So these Venezuelans left Venezuela because they were under threat of being killed. And of course, we all made fun of Venezuela, how bad they were. These people left, came here, got asylum. We're going to send them back. Well, they'll be killed. We don't care. They didn't belong here. We don't care what happens to them there. See, America's really got heart. We've got a heart for the world. Sadly, this is how people think. I received a video from a very dear friend who I love dearly. And it was an article about Marianne Budde and the Episcopal Church. And it was based on my video about showing immigrants kindness, mercy. And the article was about how the Episcopal Church received millions of dollars to basically bring in these immigrants, to house them, and I'm not sure all the things they did, and somehow tried to connect Marianne Budde to this. The point was she's protecting the Episcopal Church because they're involved with immigration. They missed the point. The message of Marianne Budde that I was discussing was the message of Jesus. That's what she said. I don't care how we got to this point. As a Christian, Marianne Budde wanted to make sure that America and the President of the United States knew what they were doing, that reaching out to strangers and immigrants is part of the Christian calling, showing mercy and kindness. People want to send me stuff to prove that what Donald Trump is doing and what they believe is okay. It's not. None of those articles will change my mind or change a thing. We are under attack. Our Constitution is under attack. We've elected an authoritarian president leaning towards fascist. He will do whatever it takes. He will step on toes, break the law, go after the Constitution, cause issues around the world to get what he wants. Problem is, what he thinks best is going to destroy America, and it already is. America has fallen, my friends. We have to stand up to the tyranny now before it goes any farther. Join me in this revolution against tyranny. It's all the time I have. Remember, Jesus Christ is the answer to everything that we face. God bless you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. We need you to do that. Please share to at least 5 people you know this video. I'm calling upon each of you to share this video to at least 5 people. Help us out. Thank you, and I'll see you next time right here on The David Tomsic Show. Yep, join the revolution.